Samsung has exploded higher plus 26.81% to $262,500, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Monday, August 3rd, and this is your complete global market briefing. It is a green day across global markets as investors embrace risk. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 edged higher plus 0.70% to $7,489.72. Investor sentiment is being shaped by South Korean stocks plunge, erasing RE rally gains as chip sell-off deepens, Nikkei Asia. NASDAQ 100 is trading higher by plus 0.60%, at $28,274. Equity markets are responding to reports that South Korean stocks plunge, erasing RE rally gains as chip sell-off deepens, Nikkei Asia. Dow Jones edged higher plus 0.53% to $52,485. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500 ends higher as investors await tech earnings. DAX is little changed, hovering near €25,629. This comes as oil prices rise after US bloc's surprise attack from Iran, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 is trading lower by minus 0.27%, at £10,868. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500, NASDAQ futures edge higher ahead of Fed decision, chip stocks wobble, WTVB. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Samsung surged plus 26.81% to 262,500 Korean wons in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that Samsung, Broadcom reached $200 billion RE memory chip deal, manufacturing dive. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any Nvidia or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Amazon surged plus 15.32% to $271.58 in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Amazon lifts investment plans after strong cloud sales, shares jump. AWS reacceleration is the single biggest catalyst from here. Every point of growth improvement in cloud margin drives outsized EPS leverage given the fixed cost structure. The advertising business, now the highest margin segment, is compounding at over 20%. Watch for any Project Kuiper satellite launch commentary. SoftBank Group surged plus 13.80% to 5,260 yen in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by SoftBank Group, SFTBY, projected to release earnings on Thursday, market beat. With momentum this strong, traders will be watching the 5,575 yen and 60 sen level closely. A clean break there would confirm the uptrend and could bring in additional momentum buyers. Risk management remains critical. Always size positions according to your own risk tolerance. Bajaj Finance surged plus 8.32% to 1,141.20 Indian rupees in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Bajaj Finance sees 29% profit surge in Q1, driven by robust NI and AUM growth, REDIF. AUM growth guidance and credit cost assumptions are the two numbers that drive the stock. Any upgrade to AUM guidance signals demand confidence. Any deterioration in 90-plus day delinquencies is the early warning. The cross-sell ratio, products per customer, is the moat metric to track. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. This comes as oil prices rise after US bloc's surprise attack from Iran, adding pressure to energy markets. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500, NASDAQ futures edge higher ahead of Fed decision, chip stocks wobble, WTVB. Rate expectations remain the single most powerful macro driver for equities and currencies right now. Rate expectations remain a key driver for growth and technology stocks, which are highly sensitive to discount rate assumptions. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500 ends higher as investors await tech earnings. Turning to commodities. Brent crude edged higher to $90.12 per barrel, up 1.22% on the session. This comes as OPEC Plus expands oil supply again as Nigeria watches revenue outlook, NigeriaHousingMarket.com, adding pressure to energy markets. WTI crude edged higher to $84.67 per barrel, up 1.29% on the session. This comes as OPEC Plus expands oil supply again as Nigeria watches revenue outlook, NigeriaHousingMarket.com, adding pressure to energy markets. Natural gas slipped to $2.75, down 0.4% on the session. This comes as oil prices rise after US bloc's surprise attack from Iran, adding pressure to energy markets. Gold ticked up to $4,107 per troy ounce, up 0.17% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that OPEC monthly oil market report, July 2026, Commodities CL1.com, seeking alpha. Let us give you our near-term view on Samsung. With momentum this strong, traders will be watching the 278,250 Korean won's level closely. A clean break there would confirm the uptrend and could bring in additional momentum buyers. Risk management remains critical. Always size positions according to your own risk tolerance. In the currency markets, Euro to US dollar is at 1.15, gaining 0.21% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.35, gaining 0.25% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 157.43, losing 1.72% on the day. The move in the dollar reflects reports that Eurozone inflation ticks up in July, bolstering rate hike case. Here is what we will be watching closely in the days ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. We do the research so you do not have to hours of analysis distilled into actionable daily briefings. If that is valuable, please hit the like button. It is the single best way to support independent market analysis and help us reach more investors. Subscribe and turn on notifications for tomorrow's briefing. Drop your view in the comments. Are you bullish or bearish from here? That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.